I used to be a huge slob, and when I was a huge slob, my house was a mess because I was making these huge mistakes, and I see these exact same mistakes over and over again in all of my clients' homes. The first mistake is the most common, and that is perfectionism. Believe it or not, people who struggle with perfectionism have the messiest homes. And the reason is because they want to do everything right. They want to do it perfectly, which takes a lot of time, but it also leads to procrastination or perfectionism paralysis. So the fix is doing it. Literally practicing doing things badly, just taking shortcuts. And this makes every perfectionist cringe. But what if you don't fold your underwear or pajamas and you just shove them in the drawer? Or you don't worry about your dishes being completely dry before you put them in the cabinet? The shock and horror. There are so many things that perfectionists tend to overcomplicate and overwork, which, actually leads to a messier home. So all the things that don't really matter, I really want you to practice doing them badly. Some more examples would be just putting everything in the dishwasher, and if something melts, you're not meant to have it in your home, or just vacuuming and mopping like the high traffic areas and ignoring all the corners or under the furniture. And when you are decluttering, not worrying about finding the perfect home for everything you're letting go of, and instead just take everything to the nearest donation center. It's all these little shortcuts that will add up to a lot more time, and it will stop you from procrastinating getting stuff done. Band-Aid solutions is the second most common mistake that I see over and over again. I go into somebody's home and they'll say, I have no storage, and yet their walls are lined with like little bookcases or a small extra dresser, or they've got some shelving over here, or they've put up hooks. And all of these tiny little solutions to solve the like small little clutter pile isn't actually fixing the room. So instead of looking at your space for each individual pile that needs to be fixed, how can you solve the storage issue in the entire room? Emily's house was such a good example of this. In her entranceway, she didn't have a closet. So Band-Aid solutions would be little hooks here, hooks on the back of the door, a coat tree, a small bookshelf to try to solve the solution. But the best thing to do is just get an inexpensive armoire from IKEA and actually make a little closet here. This would cost less than all these little Band-Aid solutions, but it's solving the bigger issue, which is this space needs bigger storage. Emily's office is also a great example of more Band-Aid solutions. She had like little tiny bookshelves and little like calyx units that weren't taking advantage of the wall space. So all these little things were taking up floor space, but not really providing a lot of storage. Removing all of those and just getting wall-to-wall shelving that goes all the way to the ceiling tripled the storage. And again, these type of solutions are often the same price or less than lots of little Band-Aid solutions. So stop looking at your room for each individual tiny pile and start looking at it as a whole. Not decluttering first is also so common and a huge mistake because we want to get organized, but now our brain is thinking about what pile should this go in, what category should this go in, and we're not actually thinking about what can go. When we don't declutter first, we get decision fatigue and we end up just organizing stuff we don't even use and don't even like into lots of little bins. So the fix for this is to always sweep with the declutter first. Go into the space and your only thought is, for every item, am I keeping it or is it leaving? Am I keeping it or is it leaving? And then you organize what's left over. This definitely is the trick to just easily getting rid of the excess and having a manageable amount to organize. All or nothing thinking was probably my biggest mistake, the one that I struggled with the most. And what this is thinking I'm not gonna do just half of a job. I wanna wait until I can do the whole thing. We all said we're gonna get our house organized, right, when we have more time. But COVID proved that that was a big fat giant lie. The fix for this is embracing 5 minutes matters. So yeah, you don't have time to clean the whole kitchen. but you can do one load of dishes. Or you don't have time to clean the entire house, but you can wipe the bathroom counters. I know this sounds like, what difference is this even gonna make? But this is truly the secret to getting more done, is not waiting until the weekend where you have lots of time to clean the whole house, but doing a little bit every single day or whenever you notice a small mess. Dana K. White says the best advice is you can either wipe it now or scrub it later. And I feel like this applies to everything when it comes to home maintenance. This next mistake is something we all do, and we all gotta stop doing it, okay? And that is buying containers before we know exactly what they're gonna be used for. We all go to Walmart, we see things on sale, and we come home with 3 totes and no idea what to do with them, or little baskets or containers, and it all honestly can add up to a lot of plastic clutter. I think it's so funny when I go into really messy homes to help them declutter, I would say a quarter of the mess is actually products to fix the mess, which is ironic. So we don't buy containers until we've already decluttered, till we've already zoned and sorted and put things where they're gonna go, so we know exactly what we need. Otherwise, we're just wasting time, wasting money, and honestly, it's creating a lot more mess. Trying to do it all alone is a mistake that I am still struggling with a little bit. We all should be delegating. We all should be like having other people take things off our plates so it's fair and everybody's contributing. But sometimes that's easier said than done. So can we hire someone to help? Can we use robots, friends? Honestly, a robot vacuum is the greatest thing that I ever invested in because it's one more thing off my plate. And choreless. Get mean with your kids. You don't get to have screen time until you've emptied the dishwasher. All of these things will add up to a cleaner house, but more importantly, more time and less stress for you. The 7th mistake is overcomplicating systems. I feel like this especially is directed at you, bees and crickets, who are a tiny bit of perfectionists, and when you do something, you want to go balls to the walls. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm gonna organize my paperwork. I'd better get 5,000 folders and label them all and have them be very detailed. And then when you go to pay a bill or file paper, you like have to try to find which tiny category it fits into. And this can like apply to every area, whether it's craft supplies or it's your clothing or anything. When you overcomplicate a system, when you get real detailed and in the weeds, it is a recipe for disaster. So the solution is to consider more laid back organization, bigger categories, less details so that it's fast and easy to put things away. Number 8's the most important, kind of, sort of. It sucks, but it's the most important. And that is, the mistake is not doing the dailies. And what I mean by this is you don't do your dishes after every meal. You wait until tomorrow. Or you're not doing laundry consistently. You're letting it pile up like a mountain. It's kind of procrastination, but daily is the secret, especially daily 5-minute tidy-ups. So the fix here is setting an alarm that goes off multiple times throughout the day that remind you that you gotta like look around and put things away. This actually trains your brain to put things away without the alarms. It trains you to be a tidy person, which is amazing, but it also means that on the weekend, you're not left with a house that looks like something off of Hoarders because you let it go all week long. I promise you, I am a messy person in my heart and soul, but this daily stuff is the secret to having a house that's tidy all the time. Not having a memory bin is like the second biggest mistake, honestly, and it's crazy pants how many people do not have a memory bin. The reason that this is a huge mistake is because when you do not have a designated place in your home for all your special things to go as they come into your home, they end up in piles, and when important stuff is mixed in with unimportant things, everything seems important. It's almost impossible to declutter if you don't have a memory bin. This gives you that peace of mind of security. Like all my special things are protected and in one place. And this allows you to let go of other things easily, tidy up more easily because you don't have that fear of something getting lost or ruined that's really, really special. And my favorite thing about a memory bin is you literally probably have a bin in your house right now that's filled with junk that you could declutter the stuff inside. Slap somebody's name on the side and you have a memory bin. It's just as easy as that. Every family member should have one in your home, and as things come into your space, just immediately put it in the memory bin and your entire house will be tidier. Real quick examples of things that go in memory bins are special cards, photos, kids' artwork, report cards, maybe obituaries, things you've cut out of the newspaper that are super special to you, or trophies. Put them in a memory bin, not on your counter or on your fridge. Last but not least, huge mistake is talking crap about yourself. Every client I go to, do you know what they say? I'm bad at decluttering. I'm messy. I'm not a naturally organized person. I can't let go of anything. And the truth is, what you say becomes reality. So the fix to this is practice talking really nice about yourself. Saying things like, I deserve a clean house. I'm good at organizing. I can let go of all the things that don't matter. And like repeating these weird mantras over and over again until you actually believe them, that's the secret. Changing your brain from all those negative self-talk to positive self-talk actually adds up to a cleaner house. I don't know why, sciencey reasons, I'm sure, but it actually works. So write down some like mantras that you want to say about yourself and like catch yourself saying the bad, nasty things, kick those thoughts in the pants and replace them with all the good stuff. Before you bail out of this video, stop and listen for just a second. We all watch these type of videos that's like 10 things that are gonna change your life today. And then guess what? We do none of them. And I know this because this is what I do too. So you watched it, but here's my challenge to you. Pick one mistake, and just today, see if you can try to fix it. Whether it's just doing a little 5-minute thing instead of waiting for the weekend, or get yourself a memory bin, friends. Seriously, you can do that right now and then never have to worry about it again, and it will solve a lot of problems. But don't just watch the video and then like go off in your merry way and watch a cooler video. I know there's cooler videos, but please try one of these things just for today and see if it actually makes a difference. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I've realized something about my ADHD. I'm extremely impulsive, and the fact that I'm alive is pretty much a miracle. I recently went on a girls' trip to Mexico for a few days, and I was in the airport on the way home, and the lady behind me was talking to her husband, and she was like, oh, look, they have prescription strength retinol cream at this candy booth, which they did. They like sell drinks and candy and also prescription medication that you can just buy off the shelf at the airport in Mexico. And so I was eavesdropping and I was like, what's prescription strength retinol cream? And she's like, it's amazing. Back home, you need a doctor's prescription to get it. It like makes you look better, gets rid of wrinkles, makes you look younger. And I'm like, yes, sign me up. It's in Spanish. I have no idea what I'm buying, but I will take 7,000. Yes, please. No, I bought one tube. Came home and like forgot about it. And then when I was unpacking, I pulled it out and I was like, oh yeah. So Sunday night, I just slathered my face with this retinol A cream. Could I read the instructions? No, because I don't speak Spanish. Was I gonna Google it? Nah, you know, YOLO. And then to really bake it in, I put a bunch of Vaseline on top of it to like seal in the awesomeness. And when I woke up Monday morning, I was expecting to look like a newborn baby's butt, and it looked absolutely no different. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna totally wash this off. I just put my moisturizer, makeup on, and went on about my day. And then around dinner time, I noticed some slight face burning. And then when I looked in the mirror, just flaking. Actually, at the dinner table, I just had a pile of skin around my plate, just falling off my face. I smiled and it was just cracking up. The point is, I burned my face off. Don't do this. Retinol burns your face. It's like a laser peel or something. I don't even know what it does, but it's awful. And now my skin's like flaking. There's bleeding spots. I'm not stopping using it though. I have faith that this will work out. I am nothing if not determined to stick with things, even if it's stupid. Okay, see you guys next time.